Hey guys, it is Wednesday, the day before my very first CSA pickup of the season, which is really exciting and also terrifying because it's been a terribly cold season, as you must know if you've been watching my channel or if you live here in Michigan. So I'm going to go out to the field for my very first harvest day. I actually have some chores to get done before that, so hopefully get some leeks in the ground. But I wanted to take you along with me because I'm not really sure what I'm going to get today. I have a few ideas in mind of what I can give my members. It's obviously going to be the lowest amount box of the season, but that's okay. That's to be expected. It'll average out to be a value higher than what they paid after the fact, but that's not what this video is about. So if you would like to keep watching and see what I get, it'll be just as much a surprise to you as it currently is about to be to me. So even though this is my first harvest day, I do have some leeks that I really needed to get in the ground. And since I don't have much to harvest today, it's the first harvest day of the season, I'm just gonna go ahead and throw these in the ground really fast into this landscape fabric that I have behind me. Most of this bed is already full, but I had about one flat left that I didn't get to the other day. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. Hi, buddy. So I'm talking quietly so they can't hear me next door. Some of you might already know that my farm is right next door to a daycare, and some little girls were yelling, "Hey, puppy, puppy," to Oscar, who's just chilling over there. And I stood up and finally told them his name is Oscar, thinking they might like to know, but they misheard me, and now there are 3 little girls consistently yelling, "Hi, ostrich," over and over again. I can't stop laughing. It's so great. And Oscar's just watching like, did you hear that? Hi, ostrich. Yeah. So that's what's going on right now. All right. Leeks have been planted and it's officially time to start harvesting. All right, so I'm harvesting and I'm wondering if you guys can guess what I'm harvesting. My fingers are super yellow. This is not a crop that I intentionally planted, but I'm super excited to use it myself, to give it to my CSA members and to just fill their basket in the first week. Have you guessed it yet? If you guessed dandelions, you were correct. These guys are actually packed with nutrition, lots of different vitamins and minerals that are super good, and they're tasty. If I cut off the bitter green parts of the stem, then they'll be nice and sweet. You can make teas out of them. You can dry them to make tea in the future. You can put them in salads fresh. You can mix them in with scrambled eggs. I've even seen people deep fry them. So lots of options with these, but also they're just so pretty and colorful, and I'm so excited to surprise my members with them this week. Well, this is the haul from the farm. I'm actually gonna go back to the home base and harvest some more, but look at my hand. Focus, camera. Oh my gosh, it's so yellow. Love it. Days like this always crack me up because I left with the heat on in the truck, this tank top, a long sleeve shirt, a sweatshirt, and my hiking boots with socks. I am now wearing just this tank top and my Chaco sandals, and OMG, turn that over to cold air because it is stinking hot now. Not complaining. Here comes the part of the video where I'm too embarrassed by my neighbors being outside to talk out loud. This is my basic setup for my post-harvest, so get ready to watch me wash some dandelions. Did I say wash me? I meant watch me. Anyway, spin, spin, here we go. I walk on over to the fridge with my super crazy homemade door and boom, giant bin of dandelions. Bring it on over to my post-harvest area and ooh, look, dandelions. Anyway, first thing first, I dump them into this big thing of water. Make sure the water's super cold because I have accidentally cooked stuff before in hot water because, you know, the hose gets hot, whatever. Anyway, these dandelions are so stinking pretty, and you'll see that they end up losing a little bit of their shape after wash, but look at how beautiful they are, just fresh from the ground. Oh, gorgeous. Anyway, I gotta dunk them a little bit. Dandelions are known for having lots of ants crawling all over them, not to mention tons of pollen, which the pollen's not bad, but it can just be messy. So definitely got to clean those off, just wash them in the water. rinse them. Wash is a legal term. I don't wash things, I rinse. Anyway, stick them in this amazing giant commercial sized salad spinner, essentially. It's what I use to dry off my greens after washing them, but I'm about to try it with these dandelions, and honestly it went pretty well. So first, got to get this lid on, which can be a bit of a hassle with one hand, but made it work. And then I start spinning it, and as you can see here, it looks hilarious when I do this because, like a washing machine that's off balance, it kind of shakes like crazy. I'm sure my neighbors think I'm like dying while this thing is going because it's just super crazy. But there's like a little tube that comes off the end so that the water can run off. Oscar thought it was really funny and kept trying to lick it, but then I have like a little brake that I can push to make it stop so it doesn't ruin the gears, and boom, most of the water had gotten off of these. As you can see here, they're not dripping anymore. They actually still were relatively wet, so I went ahead and dumped them on my drying screen, which is, again, what I do with my greens. This drying screen is just literally an old window screen placed over a couple of huge sawhorses, and there is some plastic bag on the bottom, which is tapered towards a bucket so that I don't end up with water all over the ground. But here's how they looked when I put them on the drying screen. They're pretty dry, they're doing pretty well, but I actually ended up putting a fan on them later that day too, and that made it a lot better. Once they were totally dry, brought them over to my brand new scale, and woo, look at how many I got per share. Super excited. Then I found out a much easier way to do this would be to actually put the bag on the scale and fill the bag instead of, yeah, I know, sometimes I'm a little dense, but overall I got about 2 pounds. It was like 1.75 pounds of dandelions, which is a lot. So for each share, they ended up getting close to a 1/10 of a pound. I don't remember the math. You do it yourself. I had 8 or 9 people to give it to this day. Anyway, this is how I clean up after I'm done harvesting, or done with post-harvest stuff. I dump out the water in the driveway, empty out these containers, and then what you don't see here is I spray them out. After I spray them down or clean them out if need be, I set them on the drying screen to drain, and then I pet my dog. Anyway, then I went to the hoop house and got a little bit of seed starting done. Why am I like this? Tried to get a thumbnail. Well, that was it. That was the day in our life. First harvest day, I ended up getting almost 2 whole pounds of dandelion sprouts, or not sprouts, blossoms, which is so much if you realize how incredibly lightweight they are. Super stoked about that. So each one of my CSA members is getting a big old bag, plus, as you might have seen, I can't remember if I recorded it, but a little tiny sampling of leeks and mint as well.
Try again, Sydney. They were chives, not leeks. Leeks wouldn't make any sense at all.
They'll each get a Golgi Farm sticker. And so, yeah, I'm excited for the first week just to get to see everybody, kind of show them the ropes of how everything's going to work, and then give them just a little bit to get them started until, like, radishes and some other stuff start coming in next week. Anyway, we are off to youth group, but first gotta drop off a bucket, if you can see it back there, ooh, my fingernails are disgusting, to the local coffee shop so that they can start giving me compost once again, since I haven't been doing it since the winter. Anyway, all that rambling over with, I will talk to you guys some other time. Make sure you subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Leave me a comment down below of what kinds of things you'd like to see, and go grow something.